In this video, I'm going to share with you 4 things that you can use this super full moon in Scorpio to your advantage that will help you unlock the hidden truths and align with more of your own personal empowerment in full balance as you go forward. Hello, fellow flames. Happy full moon in Scorpio, super full moon at that. And in traditional astrology, it is considered the full moon in Scorpio, which is all about bringing up our hidden truths and forcing us to face some shadows so that we can trust the process, trust ourselves, trust our intuition. In the sky view, we're actually in a Libra moon. And in this Libra side of this, it's bringing balance within ourselves. It's creating justice in bringing the balance in past lives and the karma in our relationships. And that is also we can find harmony in every area of our life, but so that we can experience freedom going forward. In addition to that, we have the North Node that's shifting from the Cancer, Capricorn into the Gemini and the Sagittarius, which is going to be quite a shift from some of the emotional sides of things and the stubbornness of fighting this process, but moving into like a place of going forward, how we move forward into expansion and being able to do it from a place of freedom without limitations. You know, Sagittarius is all about exploring and adventure, and Gemini is all about, being that social butterfly and coming out in a place of fun and freedom as well. Not to mention that the Gemini is also part of the twin flame sign that says that as we bring all of this forward and we're bringing into balance things within ourselves, that's bringing into balance the relationships even in the twin flame reunions that are portals are opening up. The feminine empowerment here is what's being really tested as we come into balance, both in the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And we have here in just a few days, Venus is going retrograde, which is all about the feminine sides of ourselves. And so from a divine feminine standpoint, we're coming into this place of grace, flow, being able to experience more love, peace, and harmony, and empowerment from our feminine side, doing like where we've been the doer to coming into being that beer and experiencing things in a new, fun, and flowing way. Where the divine masculine are now tapping into their emotional sides in this feminine empowerment and healing the wounds of their emotional side of their feminine selves, becoming more vulnerable, raw, and real, and tapping into emotions they haven't felt probably ever. And as all of this unfolds in this Taurus timeline of this Taurus energy, we're bringing it all into form. So today I want to share with you 4 things that you can use during this energy that will help you anchor in this light, bring all of these pieces of yourself together and collecting all of your fragments as we go forward in a new way, because this setup and alignment of bringing justice and balance and freedom, we are at an alpha omega point of an ending and a new beginning. And so the first thing I want to share with you that this is doing, it's helping you transform any remainder depths and shadows into light. So many people are clearing up past lives that are coming full circle. There's this full circle aspect that's coming through with all of this. And so dreams are happening that are very deep dreams that are clearing a lot of the karma that is from past life. And, when we go into a dream state, basically, we are going below the conscious, and we're going into the subconscious, and we're allowing things to unfold and take place. And so in there, in our subconscious has a lot of traumas. And so as we transform these shadows into light, we're really being forced in this energy to uncover those hidden truths, to look at what are our hidden shadows still. What are the shadows inside of us and the aspects of us that have still been wounded? And are we still experiencing, some of the fears of abandonment? Are we still experiencing rejection? Are we still experiencing betrayal? Are we still experiencing the fears and phobias that are connected to like family and generational curses and hiding who we are, and fear of persecution? It's the first time in history that light workers are able to come out and express and be who they are without the fear of being persecuted, although that program is still operating. So as we transform these shadows into the light, first of all, we need to face those fears. We need to face the mirror. We need to face our twins in some cases in order to see the mirrored reflection, or that could be anybody really that becomes your mirrored reflection, and stop running from these shadows. I can't tell you how many clients that I've been working with lately that have done a lot of deep work, and they didn't realize there was so much more depths of the shadows within themselves, and that they're just now able to start acknowledging the pain that they've been running from of this journey. And being willing then to transform these traumas allows you then to turn that fear into love, basically, to transform the energy of it, to let go of the negative side of it and look at the positive side of it, and to overcome that by replacing those fears and those doubts with things that are going to bring you joy, peace, purpose, passion, and power in the moment. And I was doing a session with a client earlier, and she was sharing with me about this kind of quote thing, and it was talking about that fear does not stop death. Fear stops life. And worrying about tomorrow does not, borrowing that trouble for tomorrow, it does not rid you of that worry. It really just robs you of your peace today. So when we can come present and we can see ourselves in these mirrors and we can take responsibility, then we can begin to transform the energy of lower vibration into higher vibration. And this energy is going to allow you to do that because it's bringing out the old and bringing it up to release, and we're able to implement the new as we go forward. So the second thing that you can focus on during this full moon energy is to realize that you have the power of choice inside of you. To stop giving that choice away, to stop giving that power away to other people, to experiences, to even signs at this point. To stop being the victim and choose to be the victor. You might be in a circumstance right now that is preventing you from being able to be where you want to be in this process of getting from that shadow to the light. But to know that it was the choices that you made yesterday that put you in the position you are today. So the choices you make today will basically change your tomorrow. And so to know that everything that's happening is not just happening to you, it's happening for you. And that you can, take back your power when you decide to choose things like the faith over fear, like the happiness over the sorrow. And then to stop giving your choices even down to you're trapped in these situations that you have no way out, because you do have a way out. And the thing that most people run into is they fear making the wrong choice. That's where it comes into. And that then also gives your power away in the fear of not taking action because you're afraid you will make the wrong choice. The key here is you can't make a wrong choice, because the goal is to not be stuck, not be blocked, not be confined into anything, but to allow yourself to keep the energy moving, keep things flowing, and to know that whatever choice you made today that causes maybe a repercussion tomorrow, know that in that process, whatever that outcome is, that it is of your highest good, in a sense that you needed it that way to get the experience you got, to get the lesson you got, so that you can then start to learn to shed your skin and release not what's serving your highest purpose, as you begin to implement the new choices that are going to lead you to the highest version of you in all areas of your life. So this is going to help you bring balance to your self in such a way that you're able to trust the choices you're making, and to give yourself permission that as long as you are making a choice that's representing and giving you peace, power, purpose, and passion in this moment, that's all that matters. Because staying in the place of that inner peace and power within, and doing it from love, and choosing to see things through love over fear, and to know that if it's a fear, it definitely is something that's going to be shaking you up to take action, or to maybe it's not from your highest good. But it's also in this choosing to let go of the resistance that's keeping you constricted, that's not allowing you to receive like you're supposed to be receiving all the things that you need to receive, to come into your femininity from a very healthy place. And, as I said, we're bringing balance to our masculine and feminines within, and that's bringing balance to the things within our life and our actions. And so it's doing it from a place that's allowing yourself to be versus do, and receive, and just let go of your resistance, and to move into a place of knowing that each step in front of you is unfolding exactly how it should be, and there's no wrong choice. So the third thing is we're bridging the gap between the old and the new. We keep hearing with the pandemic that we're entering the new normal. That's what we're also doing here. It's the new normal. And it's also saying that you haven't fully maybe let go of your past, or you're not fully out of your past as far as what you're still clearing or working on. You're in a holding pattern. And in the holding pattern, you have your past and your future, but you're kind of present. And so in that alpha and omega of this energy, we're ending that, creating a new beginning. And I see this gap. I have this vision of it being that it is basically two like cliff sides, and we're needing to take the leap or take the jump from one side to the other, which is going to take facing those fears that we talked about in that number one. But in this bridging the gap, it really is about knowing, as I mentioned in number two, taking back your power. So not just giving your power away, as I was mentioning kind of in the second one, but in this one, if you did give it away, you're revisiting things, and you're going through cycles to reprogram your patterns of action, and to break the cycles and to break those reoccurring patterns, so that when, as in number two, in this bridging the gap, you can start taking responsibility for those choices. And some of those could be to step out of the loops of the recurring patterns that keep happening, and knowing that all of this is coming full circle and full cycle. And that's why we're revisiting things that we've been revisiting that are coming full circle in front of us. But now it's time to make the new choices that allows us to step out of the loop of the reoccurring patterns that we've been stuck in. And as I mentioned in that one, we feel like we're being trapped, and that being trapped is what's causing those repeated cycles. So to step out of this loop and bridge the gap and get from where you're at to where you want to go, it's about recreating this new identity, and also taking the choices, but then it's also identifying what are my current relationship patterns. Have I been the fixer? Have I been the parent? Have I been like the codependent and filling the void, rather than, being more whole and complete and filling up my own well? So you need to look at your patterns that you've had in all your relationships, going back to your parents and healing the core wounds of the childhood wounds, which, by the way, I have my Reprogram Your Childhood Wounds online course, be sure to check out below. If you've not checked it out, the first module is free, so make sure to check that out. It'd be a good thing to do if you haven't done it yet. And the thing about it is, until we break these cycles and step out of these loops and then create new ones, new patterns, then we are not able to stop repeating the loops and the cycles. And this is one of the things I'm working on in writing this detachment and getting out of the twin flame paradox and being able to know how to reset our old programming, reclaim our power in this process, and replace it with something positive. In that way, we're shifting our focus forward. And in this reprogramming these old patterns, it's really about releasing what's no longer like serving us. It's about restoring in us and bringing balance that this energy can help you do within yourself, resetting your programs to where you're creating new programs, then reclaiming that power and then replacing it with something positive that you're moving towards, that's going to bring you like the higher things you love about what your future is going to be as you're letting go of your past. And this is going to help you bridge the gap as you begin to move forward from where you're at to where you want to be. So the fourth thing you can do during this full moon energy pattern is stop worrying, wondering, or waiting on what it is that you want to create for your future. And the way that you do that is you start experiencing personal empowerment now. That means kind of in 1, 2, and 3, you're able to then take back your power and to choose that you want clarity over confusion. So again, claim and take the power through choices of unknowing and uncertainty to knowing, because you're claiming now your highest truth. You're creating the highest version of you. And you're starting to make all your choices to choose things that match the highest version of you to create your highest reality. And choosing the things that in your life and things that are going to bring you this sense of true love in the moment, in the now, and stop waiting for love to show up. And that way you can love your choices, because really love itself is also a choice. It is more than a feeling that we have that we're connected with. It is that we can have this power inside of us to choose what we want and to take back the power, so we feel that empowerment now. And if you have been worrying about if you're coming into your twin flame union or not, or if the outcome and the process, I keep saying to my clients, is that you need to become the person that you want to be with. And to become the person you want to be with is putting your energy and investing into yourself that is going for you to be putting the energy into such a positive motion for that transformation from those shadows to the light, that you're transforming that energy of lower vibration into higher vibration. And that even if you're facing the fear in the process, choose to see the good in it. Choose to see the lesson in it. Choose to see that you can turn and transmute that fear into love. So choose to love the fear. Whatever's coming at you, love it. See the gift in it. Embody it from such a way that it is giving you power, and because it is your choice. And you'll have so many options in these choices, and you're fearful of making which choice. So I've said this in another video, but right now is the perfect time as you bridge this gap from where you're at to where you want to be. And you're presented with so many options potentially. Claim the highest one of you being the highest truth and the highest version of yourself, so that you can create the highest version of yourself in all your actions. And then that's going to say you're then choosing your highest reality. So as you become that, your reality will match you. And if you're waiting for one person or anything outside of you to bring you that, you're going to keep staying in that victimhood, keep the loops going until you choose to take back your power and step out of that maze and move forward. So many people right now in their twin flame journey are looking at how can I move past this, because we're coming to this place of ending all of the old, even to the redefining of love itself, with the redefining of twin flames, and how people like being on the fence of waiting for your twin flame. You're being put in a position not to do that. You'll be shoved off the fence. That's the gap, okay? You're going to be shoved off to the other side. That's why I talk about shift or be shifted. If you don't choose to make choices that are in the right direction of moving to this highest good, things are going to come along and force you into that highest good. And that's when you fight it and create the resistance and pull yourself out of alignment. And then you're no longer in balance and you're creating the negative vortex of this cycle. And I'm giving you the route to take the positive vortex. This moon is all about that. So if you're feeling a lot of resistance and you're feeling a lot of fear, it's only to bring things up to the light for you to claim all that power back and activate your solar plexus and purge your fear pit where all your emotions are being stored in the abdomen right now. And then this is opening up the throat chakra in order to be able to express these truths and clear things so that we can come into balance with all of our relationships as we move forward. All right. So thank you so much for watching, and make sure to comment below and let me know if you are in this position that you're choosing to need to make choices that are moving you forward. Give me an idea of what choices you're making that's allowing you to move forward, and make sure to give a thumbs up, comment, share the shine, and I will see you in the next video. May you always face your fears, find freedom, and glow forward on. Bye. Namaste.